There's probably about 400 animals on the farm right now. There's 2 peacocks, there's like 80 chickens, probably 15, 16 ducks. We have 8 goats, and I probably have 100 quail now. And we have about 8 acres, so there's plenty of room for everything to, wander around and stuff like that. I guess the most popular thing on my channel right now is like the button quail chicks, like these little teeny species of quail that I raise. The common name is like button quail or king quail, but I guess that's where like the expression cute as a button came from. They're like lightning, and you wouldn't expect something the size of your fingernail to just jet in a straight line, but they go. I swear they have a death wish half the time, because if they're on my bed or if they're on like a desk and I'm playing with them, immediately they want to jump off. When I was first starting to raise them, I didn't know how fast they were, and so I took them out of the incubator like 2 days old. I'm like, they're probably wobbly, like they can't walk. This thing jetted right off my bed. It went into the crevice of my pillow, I think. I couldn't find it for like an hour. I just heard the chirping, so I was like, my lesson's learned. I can't take out 15 at a time. They just scatter and go different ways, and I'm screwed. I put water bottle caps out for them because they literally just stick their face in the water and they'll drown themselves. They're not they're the cutest birds, but not the brightest birds. That's what I always say. So I found this little button quail chick head down in the water bottle cap, and it was not breathing, obviously. So you have to be as gentle as you are with like glass or something, just because they're so fragile. And I flipped it over and I just tried to give it CPR, and actually water came up and the thing coughed. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, I didn't think it would actually work, but it actually ended up surviving. And so we used to do just hatching eggs, eating eggs and stuff like that, but I've kind of transitioned the farm from selling produce to more of like a sanctuary. This month I actually got my wildlife rehabilitation license, so I've actually been taking in a lot of animals, if they were like abused, or if they were left on the street or something, or if they need help integrating back into the wild. So it's really helping animals as opposed to selling produce. So Finn and Quinn were 2 quail that I bought. They're called Mearns or Montezuma quail. They're like in Mexico, New Mexico, Texas area. So they're like very, they're warmer species quail. But those 2 I actually bought from a breeder, and then the 2 buttons are the ones I rescued. I call them like lap dogs of quail because they just want to sit on you and fall asleep, no problem. Like they like their hair brushed, like they're extra quail. I have a chicken here, Henrietta. She's like one of my first birds. She's like 11 years old now, so she's like, she doesn't lay a single egg anymore. But we keep, we let them live out their lives and stuff like that. And definitely a no-kill farm here, though. I do have like show chickens. I have these little Duclays. They're a French breed. I actually gave her a bath one time. She likes getting her nails painted. She likes getting baths and stuff. I'm like, this is the fanciest chicken I've ever raised. I was like, I want to come back as her. I used to raise geese, and like geese truly do imprint. They'll imprint on a blanket or anything, the first thing they see. I never knew that like button quails or like chickens could really imprint until, I guess I hatched them. And like I have birds that were 10, 11 years old and they still follow me around everywhere down the coop. Like I'll try and close the gate, they'll come out with me. And so they really do. They have that, I guess, the instinct to whoever really cares for them.
Hello.
I've never been a crazy dog person or a cat person. Like everyone has their animal that they love and it's part of the family. I definitely think like my birds are that portion for me. Like they're just part of the family. Like they've been around for more than a decade and stuff like that. And you just you grow attached to them and stuff like that. So I guess just the aspect that I can care for them every day. They're just my babies down there and stuff like that. Just part of the family. I was actually on my way to medical school. It was just this year that I decided that it wasn't for me. People are always pushing to do them, doing something that they actually don't actually love. I know it sounds so cliche, but to actually follow your dreams, follow your heart. It shows in your work. It shows on TikTok or Instagram or whatever you want to do, because it's not about money at that point. You know what I mean? It's about doing what you love, what makes you happy. And I realized, a doctor's salary, that sounds great. Saving people, that's amazing. But this is actually, what I actually love to do. So I guess just following, your dreams and what you're passionate